can I tell a story?
Yeah.
I just told this at breakfast, and I'm surprised we haven't told this story in a long time, but the brothers were loving it. Just the unique bond of family. We're obviously triplets. I was telling them the story of being born and going home and not having enough cribs for everybody. And so we just stayed in one crib and we kind of slept head to head in a way. And then growing up, as we grew in those years, every time they tried to separate us, we would cry and not go to sleep. And then all they would do is put us back in the same crib, and then we would go to sleep. And so there was this reality, and there's like a battle over the course of like 2 or 3 years.
And
whenever they tried to separate.
I think we jumped the cribs together.
Yeah, Father Ernest and I like had this plan of like scooting the cribs back together if they tried to separate us. But and the brother's like, oh my gosh, it's really beautiful. But there's just the reality of like the intimacy of being, brothers and sisters, and we would not have it to be separated.
Mm-hmm.
And as much, and that my parents, they eventually, as a joke, would try to separate us just to see what happens. And then they would hear us jumping into my sister's crib, and they'd find us in the morning with our heads together,
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, just this morning I was talking about that, but the reality, like to experience this communion and to fight for it and to like, at any cost, be like, we don't want to be separated.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be together. And we're gonna, so anyway, it's beautiful.
Thanks so much for watching this segment from the Poco Poco podcast. If you want to watch a full show, head on right over here. If you want to support the podcast, head on over to spiritjuice.org/Poco Poco. Whether it's a one-time gift or a monthly donation, we really appreciate your support. And also, don't forget to tell your friends about the Poco Poco podcast, all right? Little by little.